Hi everyone, happy Monday and happy April. It is the first day of the month. Unfortunately, I don't have our monthly reading ready just yet. This weekend kind of got away from me, so I'm way behind schedule. And I almost gave you guys one of our quick readings with just 2 cards, but then I thought, you know what, if I'm going to do a reading, um, I'm going to try to make it fast, but I'm still going to do the 3 cards. I do want to do something just slightly different where if you're hearing a little bit of noise, it's my cat playing with her treat toy. She's super excited about it. But I am going to do something a little bit different where I just pull an overall kind of energy card just to kind of help see what your message or guiding energy is for this day, for Monday, April 1st, 2019, for whoever this reading is meant for. Please let me know what their guiding overall energy or guiding message is for this day, please, and thank you. She's so excited, you guys. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. All right, so be unapologetic. If you want something, go after it. If it's good for you, if it's not hurting other people, obviously. But if you do want something, go after it and don't be ashamed of it. Don't apologize for wanting more in your life. Don't even, I can say from some personal experience that there will be people in your life. They may be family, they may be people you thought were friends, people you grew up with. There will be people who will see you getting your stuff together, see you figuring out what you want to do in life, where you want to go, trying your hardest to be the best version of yourself that you could possibly be, and they'll get mad at you for it. All right? This is telling you, you know what? Ignore those people. Focus on what matters. Focus on growth. Focus on healing. Focus on bringing about positive change in your life. And that is what you'll see. And those people who want you to be ashamed, who want you to not feel good about your successes, those people are going to fall away. The universe is going to pull them out of your life. So just focus on what you desire. Focus on what you would like to bring about in your life. And that is going to grow immensely. Okay? So now we have our 3 cards. We have the Vice Versa Tarot. We have the Oracle of the Orishas, or Tarot of the Orishas, and then we have the Fairies Oracle. And I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible because it is a little bit later in the evening, and I still have a blog to write. And please forgive me if you went looking for the blog today and it wasn't there. I just, like I said, my weekend got ahead of me, and I just did not have the time that I thought or expected to write. And then I meant to get up this morning and write, and everything just kind of didn't work out that way. And that's okay. That's totally okay. It happens. You'll get your blog post either tonight or early tomorrow. It's gonna come. I'm probably gonna write it tonight and then schedule it to post in the morning because more people are going to be awake and wanting to read stuff than at bedtime. You know, like people are usually reading books or watching TV or chilling, whatever. So let's start. With the Vice Versa Tarot, we have our Amethyst Stone. I've already gone over what this stone means multiple times. If you're new to the channel, I will give you a brief explanation, and maybe if you want, I will do a couple of extra videos that are not tarot videos explaining my stones, explaining the cards, yada, yada, yada. But this is amethyst. Amethyst is a great stone for having good dreams, bringing good dreams. It also can help make your dreams a little bit more vivid. It's also a great stone for focus when you're meditating, especially if you're doing any kind of spiritual meditation where you're like either trying to connect with your higher self or learn messages from the universe. If you're doing any kind of divination, amethyst is a great stone for that as well. It's also a very peaceful stone. It's a wonderful stone to hold on to, when you're trying to chill, when you're trying to relax or let go of tension. And yeah, I keep this stone quite often right under my pillow. Obviously, it's not under there right now, but quite often this stone is under my pillow, bringing me all the dreams. So, with our stone, we have the Vice Versa Tarot, which I love. I really wish I used this more. It's kind of complicated, so I'm still very much trying to figure it out. And it took me a couple of years with my main decks, or with the Witch's Tarot and the Nicoletta Shikoli Tarot that I use. It took me some time to really learn how to use those, and the Gilded Tarot was a lot quicker and a lot easier for some reason, and that's why I use it the most, because it speaks to me in a way that my other decks haven't quite been able to. So it's kind of my tarot crutch. Anywho, for whoever this reading is meant for, whoever's chosen the Vice Versa Tarot deck, whoever is here to hear this message from my higher self to theirs, please let us know what the message is for this day, Monday, April 1st, 2019, for whoever this reading is and whoever is here to receive from this deck. Please and thank you. So you have the 5 of coins on this side. With this card, this guy kind of looks a little bit sad. I don't know if you can see his face. Look at him. He's very sad. He's kind of depressed. And I feel like the message here is like, you know, you might not be receiving the same, I guess, results that, or I shouldn't say the same. You might not be receiving the results that you expect from a certain level of work. Just because look how sad he is. Like it feels like, you know, he did all this work. He planted a tree. He wanted it to grow. He wanted it to be, you know, this big fruit-bearing tree. And unfortunately, it's a little bit barren. It's a little bit sad. It's a little bit dark. And then down here we have like this skull. Okay, so that means the soil itself is unfounded or not able to bring about great life. Like it can do a little. You see all these other trees in the back with like their leaves, but unfortunately the soil, it's not creating life. And I think the message from that is, you know, be aware of your foundation today. Like it's possible that like you have a new idea, or you're trying to create something, you're trying to go somewhere, and that's great, but really look at the foundation. Look at like what are the possibilities for making this idea come true? What do you need? What do you not have? Because something is missing. Like you're trying to do something, but you don't have the right grounding. You don't have everything that you need, the base. You know, like if you're building a tower, you're gonna need a base to start with, something that'll keep that tower in place, keep it solid. You don't have a very sturdy foundation right now with something you're trying to do, and unfortunately you might just now be realizing that, even though you've already started that, and you might not be getting the fruit of your labor. You may not be getting what you expected out of this situation. Okay, so let's see what the book says about the 7 of coins. I definitely said 5 of coins a second ago, but it's the 7. What does the book say about the 7 of coins / pentacles? On this side, when you get this side in a reading, this season's harvest is a loss. Excuse me. This season's harvest is a loss, and it's time to move on and try again. But take some time to do a post-mortem on the enterprise before you begin. Using the symbolism of this tree, consider what the soil is like, where water can be found, how much sunshine you expect. Learn from your mistakes, and your next crop will be bountiful. Right, so basically what I said, you know, the soil is not bringing life. You need to figure out what's missing, what's going wrong, what you need to actually bring these desires to fruition. And then when you start over, you'll have a better kind of understanding of what went wrong before. So really stop and figure out why the soil is dead, why the foundation isn't there. Okay, our next deck is the Fairies Oracle, and with the Fairies Oracle we have this titanium quartz. This is another stone I think we've had a few times on this channel, but briefly going over, it is another great stone for vivid dreams. It's also a wonderful stone for you know, just bringing kind of excitement into your life. I feel like this is a great love stone just because the rainbow kind of color always makes me think of love. It's not like something that this stone is specifically associated with, but just for me it makes me feel like light and love and beauty, and like makes me think of unicorns and like fun rainbow stuff. And maybe that's just because when you see rainbows in like media, and especially me who watches a lot of cartoons, then it is related to those things. It's like love and joy and light and you know, just everything good and happy. And that's kind of what this stone makes me feel, makes me think. And it's also a wonderful stone to keep under your pillow for very vivid dreams. Especially, it's also a great stone for dream retention. Probably not as good as marble, but it's still a really good stone for remembering your dreams. And with the Fairies Oracle, what is the message today for whoever's chosen the Fairies Oracle deck? What is the message from my higher self to theirs and theirs to mine and through me to these cards. What is the message for today, Monday, April 1st, 2019, for whoever has come for this reading? Oh, we got a jumper. All right. We got the feline. And I'm going to pull one more because I do like to pull. I did all the shuffling, you know. And we got Solace. Nice. So, look at these cards. They're so pretty. So, with the feline, okay? So the message of the feline, I think, has more to do with you just kind of needing to shake things up. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Well, the book's going to correct me. But the feline tends to kind of have this mysterious or mischievous kind of energy where he's just like, you know what? I know you think everything's solid, you think everything's going the way it's gonna go, but what if I did this? What if I just pull this thing from under you? Now you're tripping a little and you gotta catch your balance again. And he does that not, just to be a jerk all the time. Sometimes he does to be a jerk, but not usually. Usually it's because you're not able to see the opposite of good, or how do I explain that? What's the best way to explain it? All right, think of it this way. You live in a place where, allegory of the cave. So you're in a cave, you are looking at a wall. On the wall are shadows. That's all you've ever seen. That's all you've ever known. That's all that's ever been there. It's just shadows on the wall. That's your life. That's what you know. You have no idea about anything else unless you look away from the wall. You look away from the wall and behind you, sunlight. What? There's sunlight? Is that what's creating the shadows? Now I understand the world in an entirely different way. Suddenly there's sunlight, there are trees, I'm in a cave. What? This is not the world I have known. Okay? So he is here to show you that sunlight. He is here to say, you know what? You're seeing the shadows. You're not seeing the full picture. You're not seeing the 3D thing. Let me shake up your world a little bit so that you can open your eyes. You're not able to see what else is around you because all you have right now is what's in front of you. And he's coming to turn you around. He's coming to say, hey, it's time to look at this situation differently. It's time to broaden your understanding of the world. It is time to open up your mind, okay? And then we have Solace, which I think follows along that same kind of energy. And we have this 13, which for me is a very powerful number. 13 is my favorite number because it is the number of the witch, and it is the number of moons, and it is the number of power, ultimate power. It ends up being a 4 if you narrow it down, and 4 is the number of stability and of strength and of grounding, okay? And so then we have this very beautiful sunny image, and I think again it's saying something's being revealed to you. There's something that needs to be revealed to you. It is time to open up your eyes, open up your mind to the messages that are being brought to you, because there's something that you don't necessarily know, and it is time, like the universe is ready to show it to you. Whoever you are, keep your eyes open for any reveals, small or big. But I do think it'll be a bit bigger because we had this feline, he jumped out. He's like, listen, you need this message. You need to look at the situation differently. You need to look at all the details. There's something that needs to be revealed to you, and you need to open your eyes up so that you can see it, okay? Let's see what the book says about the feline and Solace. Solace, of course, being of the root word sol, which is related to the sun. The feline. The feline looks out of his card accusingly, reminding us of things undone, promises unkept, and duties unfulfilled. He says that we can't expect to have things go right when we are trailing so much unfinished business behind us. Dragging that stuff around tires us. It uses up energy that we need for other things. If we could just take care of these things that cause us so much mental and sometimes physical clutter, we would suddenly find that we have a lot more energy at our disposal to do the things that we really want to do, and probably much more cooperation from others as well. He especially suggests that we take care of the little things that matter to others. We will feel so much better when we've done that, and so will he. And then we have Solace, which I saw and then accidentally lost. Come back here. Solace He represents knowledge, consciousness, synthesis, and spiritual empowerment. Solace is radiant, energizing, vitalizing. This presence in a reading often indicates that something new is being brought into being in our lives, partly through our own efforts and partly through the help we are receiving from other realms. Miracles may take place. Movement into the light is occurring. This is a time for taking action, passing on our blessings, and learning and for service given from a position of strength. Okay, so I think that message, it's a reminder to go back to things that you've forgotten, things you've ignored, and to let yourself revitalize those with that and with your desire to make it come true, to make it real. I still think, of course, that there is something being revealed to you, and I think that something is probably going to help energize you and help you feel that this is something that you're supposed to be doing. Okay, so let's move on. Then we have Smoky Quartz with our Tarot of the Orishas. Smoky Quartz is a pretty cool stone. It is generally used for meditation, for focusing, especially for divination because of its smoky nature. It's kind of like being able to see through mist, being able to see through fog, so if you're doing, especially if you're doing scrying, mirror scrying or water scrying, this is a great stone for that. It's also just a general good stone for meditation, for focus, for grounding, and yeah, it's a pretty cool stone. So let's see what the Tarot of the Orishas has to say. Time check. Cool. From my higher self to theirs, and theirs to mine, through me to these cards, what is the message for whoever it is that wants a reading from the Tarot of the Orishas? What message do we have for today, Monday, April 1st, 2019, from the Tarot of the Orishas? Please and thank you. And as always, thank you for being here. You have the Five of Water. Okay, so you might feel like you're drowning. You might feel like, things are getting a little bit overwhelming. Things are getting a little bit tough. It could be emotional, especially because water is generally an emotional element. It could be that, you're dealing with either a change of emotions, especially if you live in a climate that changes each season. Lots of people think that going into winter or the winter season is the only time that seasonal affective depression or disorder happens, but it actually happens whenever, for some people, it happens in winter. For other people, it happens when a season changes from, extreme colds to extreme warms, or extreme colds to just kind of warm. When the temperature changes for some people, it does something in their brains and depression happens. It's possible that's what you're dealing with right now. Whatever you're dealing with, you might be feeling overwhelmed. Like I said, you might be feeling emotionally overwhelmed. But if you look closely at this picture, this guy is not drowning. He's not done, and he's not giving up. He is fighting to get out. He's pulling himself up, and you're able to pull yourself up too. I think the message of this card is, it doesn't matter how hard things seem, you have to be able to pull yourself up. Even though things seem tough, even though you feel overwhelmed, even though you feel like you're this close to drowning, you're not, okay? You can pull yourself out of here. You may be this close, but you're enough out where you can still breathe, and that means you can still pull yourself up. You can still heal from whatever you're feeling, whatever pain or suffering or fears or worries or just crazy hectic schedule, whatever it is that you're going through, you are capable of pulling yourself out and through it, okay? So that is the Five of Water. I'm going to check what the book says about the Five of Water and maybe see if we can figure out what that symbol is. Five of Water. Oh, those are leeches. A man in the river with leeches beneath wants to save himself from drowning by holding on to a branch, but the turbid waters are crowded with dangerous animals whose purpose is to destroy the man through vampirism by feeding themselves with the man's blood. The meaning of this card, upright, represents deep sorrow over problems you plan to solve, bad luck with friends or lovers, and or a broken marriage or relationship. There's no time for lamentation, protests, or complaints. You may have lost some values. There may be negative energy surrounding you. If this card were found upside down, there's the possibility of holding on to a new hope. Perhaps nature pities you, and the tree that you once cut down will start to grow again and develop that branch. The only opportunity that you can hold on to be able to get out of that muddy, dangerous water. If your karma so allows, you will start again and try to love and seek love. You will have a new group of friends and a different scale of values. Right, so again, you may be going through some negative situation right now. You may be depressed, you may be feeling pain, but just know that you can pull yourself out of this. It may take help. You may not be able to do it alone, and that's okay. Seek counseling, seek therapy, hit me up for a personal reading to help guide you a little bit more. But seek professional people who can help you if it's a very severe situation. Whatever it is, take every step, every possible step to try to pull yourself out of this situation, okay? Because you deserve to be out. Make sure you're grounded, make sure you're meditating, make sure you're really being honest with yourself about your life and about your choices, so that you can make choices that will help you get out of this situation, regardless of whether or not it's your choices that got you into it, okay? So you can get out of this. I believe in you. I hope you believe in you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everyone. I will see you tomorrow, and have a beautiful night. Remember always that I love you. Bye.